we had the range anxiety. People had range anxiety because the range was short and the infrastructure was not that good. I heard a podcast, the guest did say that range anxiety is two words. You had the range and you have the anxiety. Range, people buy bigger batteries. That is costly. But if you do something with the anxiety, that means you do something with the charging infrastructure, building out the charging infrastructure. Norway, we are that many people and a huge country, a lot of long distance driving also, crossing the country. So then you need to build up corridors. That building was subsidized because so it's possible to get from one town to the other town. That costs money. Then you have to have subsidies. But then you get the numbers. Then you start building infrastructure for the people, for the drivers, for the cars, because the market is there. That is not needing any subsidies. Because if you have a lot of cars in Oslo, most of them charge at home, but some people need to charge at the street or rapid charge once a week or something. You have the cars, electric car going from Oslo to Bergen. Then you can build a good infrastructure between and complement the subsidized infrastructure, because the subsidized was subsidized for building it. The government did say we do an auction on this distance, and the company that managed to have the less subsidized to build out with this specification on the charging site get the money. And so after the infrastructure was built, the first one, then it was possible to drive, but the subsidized didn't go into the market to the selling of the kilowatt hours. That was up to the market later on. So we get the charging infrastructure first. And then when more and more electric cars were going from Oslo to Bergen, then it was a market to build up more and more infrastructure, because then you had not the range anxiety, you had the charging anxiety. Is the charging station free? Is it working? And all this thing. And especially in the holidays when everyone was out driving, of course, there was queue at the charging station, but then you have the market. Then you can start building up for the people. Not just to make it possible, but give people a product that makes sense with electrification. And that approach worked.
In Norway, of course, you have the whole infrastructure now. What's the ratio of your electricity tariff at home versus the supercharger? I think in Australia, we pay 30 cents almost at home. Maybe supercharger, we pay 50 cents. So it's an Australian 50 cents. So I'd say 40% more. How much do you pay on supercharger?
It's more, let's see now, because we had now some subsidies of our home electricity, because we have all this hydroelectricity and power that our industry in Norway, the traditional industry, is built on our hydropower. It's like aluminum production and things like that. So and then we have been connected to Europe. That has made our prices higher, and we have spot price for every hour. It's really, it's been a very hot political thing. And instead of helping people using less electricity, we did get something called the Norwegian price for electricity. That means we pay 50, what we call it, half a krone, and that is, I think that is 5 cents. Yeah, in dollars. And we had an additional for the grid, that is another 10 cents for home electricity is normal. But of course, when it comes to supercharging and so on, high power charging, it is around 5 kroner or 50 cents. So it's 5 times more costly. But that is, I think we can say that is because we have the subsidies at home.
The home one has a separate. That's quite, because I was about to say in the Philippines, Tesla supercharger is 100% more than the home electricity price. I think 9 pesos versus 19 pesos. And the commercial ones, I think maybe almost, 150 or 200% more.
Yep.
So you have 500. Oh, wow. Okay.